Okay, the next part is getting ready for wiring. So what I have to do is now drill a hole at each post so my lights can go down each post all the way along. And I'm going to use the a 200mm drill bit, which is 4mm in diameter. So what I'm going to do is drill as close to the beam as possible. And all I want to do is just sort of go through the plastic at this stage, and I'll mark, the drill will mark where it is in the timber, so then I can take all this away and drill the holes properly, instead of going through the timber on each one. Just like so. All the holes are now. So I'll carry on and do the rest of them. So all I've got to do now is lift her up and keep drilling into the plyboard. So I'll go ahead and do that. Now you can see all the holes that I've pre-drilled after I took the roundhouse off. So it was much easier to drill just through the timber by itself instead of going right through the roundhouse. Okay, now that all the holes are done, guys, now with the tubing I can now just slide it down as far as I want to go, or sit it just at the start, because I'm thinking of whether to use the round tubing or square to match in with the framework. Okay, this is the roundhouse that's upside down now. Now the reason it's upside down, I've got to drill holes in me pits for me lights, and I've already done one, but you can see the holes. Now the way I'm actually drilling these, because of the tight space in between each pits, is with like what I call a snake drill. Now that's me drill, and this snake drill that I call it, I can bend it to wherever I want to go in. And also I'm using a hex bit drill. This is a 4mm drill which just sits in like so, and I'll just turn it on. And she just spins around, but you've got to actually hold the front, as you can see how it just goes in the air. So I'll show you how I'm drilling them, and that will show you how it's all going to be done. And I'm having actually 5 lights per side, so a total of a total of 10 lights. I was going to go just straight down in the bottom of the pit, but I thought it would look better on the side. Okay, now I've pre-marked all me, so I'll set up hole marks where the drill's got to go, if you can see that on the camera. Now also what I've got to do is every centre of the pits has this piece of plastic where my finger is, and that makes all this higher. So what I do is actually I put this piece of plastic down, which is the same height as that little piece. Then I put the ruler on top, and the ruler is my guide for the height. So I'll show you how I'm going to drill them now. So here goes the first one. Do the whole lot. So I just put the drill on top of the ruler and hold it, and that's the first one. And there's all my holes done, drilled out now, and with these lights, as I showed before, we'll go in like so. But anyway, they're all finished. Okay, after drilling all the holes, now I've got to actually clean all the pits out. As you can see, the drill has marked some of the base, but that's alright. I'll just re-weather it because it's got to still go a bit more blacker anyway. So I'll just get a little piece of sandpaper and clean the holes out and repaint it. Also guys, what I've been using to clean up the holes is my wife's sort of nail polisher. Now one's got like sandpaper on the one side, as you can see I've just about rubbed it all off, and the rest are just like a foam. But all I was doing is going up and down to clean it up. So I've still got a little bit more to do, and then I'll weather all the marks up. Is for these lights to sit like so, I have to actually cut part of the top so the wire can actually sit underneath the beam, so it can be wrapped down the side of the beam. So I've got to actually just trim a bit on top. Then I've also got to drill a hole so the wires can come up. And the way I'm doing it is just with this little tool. It's a cutting tool, sort of like a Dremel, but it's a rotary tool. And all I do is cut it. So I'll just do these couple and show you what it looks like. So now, with the wire, when I have the hole in, as you can see, it will fold across and then go across the beam and then down the beam, if you understand what I'm trying to say. All the holes are been grooved into the frame. All I've got to do now is just get a little file and clean it up and then drill a hole in each one. So I'll file it all up and now to clean up the drill the hole. The gaps I've cut out on top, I'm just using a real small file, and just until I get a flat edge, so when I drill the hole, it's something flat to drill it. So that's how I'm doing all the cleanup. Drilling the holes now. So what I'm using is a 2mm drill bit. And just like so. Just put two lights. Then I'll show you what the light looks like. And this one here is the short base one, where I've cut some of the green cord off. So at this stage I'm going to go to this version, so I'm just going to trim all this back. And just to show you why I have to do the hole, I'll do the gaps in the top is so I can actually fold the wire down and then run down through the post. That way I can still get the roof on and off okay, just like so. So I just thought I'd show you what a couple of the lights look like.